up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you.
Where are you at, and what's your personal goal for this week?
Just go out and put good stuff on tape. It's been the same goal of training camp. It's been about doing whatever I can to prove to my teammates and to the guys who make the big decisions around here who exactly I am. I've had some ups and downs, but just looking forward to having one last outing to kind of show who I am.
How difficult was Winnipeg just to go through as a player with the field conditions, going in the second half, just everything that it entailed?
It's a part of being a pro. Obviously, every situation can be a little different. How can you overcome adversity? That was a situation in which obviously we're playing on an 80-yard field. First time kind of coming in off the bench or coming in after halftime in a long time. But for the most part, was able to go out there, try to execute. It wasn't necessarily the way we wanted to finish the game, but for the most part, learned quite a bit from those mistakes. Practiced those up this week, and now feeling pretty confident going into this game.
Are Goody and Matt kind of saying to you, hey, these are things we'd really like to see from you this week?
Not necessarily. I think our room has goals, our room has standards, and it's about just playing those standards every play, every rep. I don't think much has changed from training camp day one in terms of how we've distributed reps and how we've approached this competition. So it's just about making sure I go out there and once again put good things on tape.
How different is it going to be with before calling plays, but this week it's going to be Coach Getz?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It was a different week. We kind of broke off into two groups. There's guys who are focusing on Chicago. There's guys who are focusing on Kansas City. And for the most part, I think we've been able to create a pretty good dialogue between Coach Getsy and the quarterback room to make sure that we're out there running the plays we want to run, that we're well prepared, and that we can go out there and execute to the best of our abilities.
Do you kind of just have a person in your life that you can bounce football stuff off of that's outside of Green Bay? Maybe it's like a mentor that you lean on?
Not necessarily. I spent a lot of time with 12, though. 12 has been a good mentor to me. We have a really good relationship off the field, and I've been kind of discussing some of the situations we're in now, and a lot of the same kind of narratives about the conversations we've had have been all about making sure that you're going out there and putting good things on tape and taking it day by day, rep by rep, not allowing yesterday's successes or failures to drive the environment that you're in today.
What are you looking to prove on Thursday?
Just trying to make sure that everyone around here understands who I am as a quarterback, and that comes within the meeting room, that comes within the locker room, that comes in the huddle, and then obviously within my play. Just making sure that I can accurately portray exactly where I am, that I can really show the confidence that I've been able to gain this training camp, and put some points on the board.
Your athleticism is evident, and you talk about consistency. So what are some tricks to consistency? That's got to start with maybe a certain play calling to get you and your perimeter guys in a group.
Well, yeah, every play is set to beat pretty much every defense. There's not many plays out there that you just throw out there and hope that you get one specific defense, or there's some sort of an audible that you can fix within that. So it's about making sure that with your athleticism, that as long as you continue to read with your feet and understand the timing of each play, the ball's going to get out on time. The ball's probably going to get out a little more accurate, and then you're going to make proper decisions behind that. As soon as your feet get off, as soon as your timing gets off, that's when things get chaotic. Obviously, majority of the game is played in that timing, so you got to be able to make smart decisions within that. But for the most part, it's just trying to make sure that you can stay within the time of every play.
Everybody we talk to says this race is too close to call. Is it going to take a special performance by you on?
No, I'm going to go out there and do exactly what I've been trying to do all year, and that's just once again portray exactly who I am as a quarterback. The race is the race. Those aren't my decisions. Those are great questions for the guys upstairs, but for me, it's just trying to make sure I go out and try to portray exactly who I am as a quarterback.
Do you feel any different, though, playing this last week of the preseason? Looking back to last year, Brett was already gone. It was down to 3 quarterbacks. Is anything mentally different this time around?
Yeah, this is the first year that I'm required to go out there and try to earn a position within that 4th game. I mean, that's the obvious elephant in the room. But with that being said, it's just about making sure that I look at those reps the same way I looked at day 1 reps in training camp, and that's reps that can once again accurately portray exactly who I've been working to be, all the things I've been doing this offseason, and all the things I've been able to gain from the experiences of playing in 2 years in this league.
What's your mindset preparation on game day? Are you someone who's more thoughtful, calculated going in, or are you just someone who has to let loose?
I'm trying to have fun. You know, this group of guys that we're going to be able to go out and play with tomorrow is one that's electric. You know, we got 3 guys out there as receivers who are all jumping 38 plus in their verticals and are all running fast down the field. So it's going to be fun to, you know, put the ball up in the air. You know, we've all been kind of working on certain things that I've been able to keep an eye on with some of these young guys. So it's going to be about making sure that I figure out where a lot of the other guys on the team are trying to, you know, get on tape, whether it be certain things that they weren't necessarily executing the week before that they're trying to execute this week, and how can I help them in that, maybe through, you know, tips in the huddle or conversations on the sideline. But if we can go out there and just have some fun and do exactly what we're supposed to do on the offensive side of the ball, I think that we'll come out victorious and everyone have the tape that they're looking to have.